function as an artist and whatnot?
Well, first of all,
he got the deep voice.
The raspiness. First of all, my name is Jeremy Santana. For those that don't know me, I go by Jay Santana, and I'm an urban gospel artist. I'm from Detroit, Michigan. I moved to Atlanta, Georgia in '06. I'm an actual urban Christian gospel artist. I'm not your typical gospel artist. My testimony is pretty much different than your average gospel artist. I actually come from the streets. I actually come from the hood. I'm an ex-gang banger. I used to be in a gang. I ran the streets for a long time, even though I grew up in the church all my life. But even though I grew up in church, I would leave church and do my own thing. Basically, just going to church because my mother made me, but not really getting a relationship with God. And so, just pretty much, I come from a religious family. I've been in church, like I said, all my life. I started playing drums at 10, and that's really when I began to learn about God and get a relationship with God. But the group that I was hanging with, my crowd, my friends, were gangbangers. Half of them wasn't saved. They didn't go to church at all. And my reputation was I was the church boy, you know what I'm saying, in the hood or whatever. And like I said, I ended up getting into a lot of different things as far as gangbanging, you know, guys shooting at me in high school.
So you've been through a lot, man.
Yeah. It's not your typical testimony. That's why I tell people, you know, I'm more so street oriented. So
you
my
got
ministry,
no matter what.
That's what's up. So
you about God business, but you still got the hood.
Yes, sir. Right. So my ministry is directly to the world. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I got serious about my career at 18. That's when I really decided to dedicate my life to God, and really tell God, God, I'm ready to live for you. I'm ready to do your will. And at 18 is when I began to get into gospel music, because before this, I was actually a rapper, trying to do my little thing in rapping.
So at what point that made you transfer from being a rapper to now being a gospel artist?
Where a particular situation happened to where it was actually a lot of people say it's really petty, but at the time this was really big for me. A situation where my friends turned their back on me. It was just something that simple that made me really realize that the only person I could put my trust in is God. You know, and this happened at 18, the age of 18. And I can remember when it happened, you know, I remember the situation happened. I remember going into my mother's room. My mother's a very religious woman, and she basically the one that had instilled everything in me. And I remember going into her room and telling my mother, Ma, I'm ready to give my life to God. I'm through playing with God. I'm through playing with church. You know, I'm ready to live for God. And my mother prayed. She prayed a rededication prayer over me. And I always loved music. I'm a big fan of all music, R&B, rap, hip hop, whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? I love music. Music is my heart. You know, but gospel music is my life. And so a lot of people, you know, ask me, why don't you do hip hop? Why don't you do R&B? Well, because gospel music is my lifestyle. Being a Christian is a lifestyle. It's not just something I sing about. This is how I live every day. So I have no choice but to sing about what God has done for me. And from that day on, I remember going in my room, because I was one of them people that had a whole bunch of rap posters on the wall and different stuff like that.
You were going to be a rapper, right?
Yeah, I was going to be a rapper. So I was studying the game, you know what I'm saying, the hip hop game. And so when I gave my life to God, I went in my room and I ripped down all them posters. I was crying out to the Lord. I ripped down all those posters, and I had at least, I want to say, $500 worth of CDs and tapes during that time. And I threw all that stuff in the garbage, you know, because it's one thing for you to say you're going to dedicate your life for God, but you got to show Him that you're going to dedicate your life to Him. And by throwing all those things away, I made a step and letting God know that, God, I'm serious this time. I'm about to change my life. So.
Agreed. How do you feel you back in the D-town? How do you feel to be in the D-town, man?
Oh, man, it's home. You know what I'm saying? When I come here, I always reflect on what I've been through and how far I've came, you know, from 18 to now, basically having a career in gospel music. I can remember being a big supporter of other gospel artists, and to just be able to look back and look at me now and realize that I have my own career. It's just such a blessing. It's such a blessing. So Detroit is home. This is where it started at. You know, all my producers here. Shout out to my production team, NBL Productions, who do all my music. That track you just heard was produced by my production team here in Detroit, Michigan, called Natural Born Leader Productions. Hollywood Term 38 Dre. What's up, Dre B, my little brother? What's good?
That's what's up. Well, we got two people here we want to get personal with you, man.
Yes, sir.
We got some subjects and some topics that we need to talk about. You know what I'm saying?
I want it. Yes, sir.
Hi, everyone. This is your only girl, Qualisha. I'm filling in for Bree today. And yeah, there's a certain topic I wanted to talk to you about, like when certain young urban youth come to you and they tell you, like, why do you feel that you went to the religious side? Like, why did you betray us, man? Like, do you get that sometimes?
Do you feel like it's a betrayal? Or?
Yeah.
No. You know what I'm saying? It was a matter of life and death for me. You know what I'm saying? Because the lifestyle I was living, you know, I should be dead right now. So the choice that I made was to live. So a lot of my friends, they understand pretty much the choice I made, because the lifestyle I was living before I gave my life to God was a dangerous lifestyle. I'm talking about we was getting shot at every day in high school. You know what I'm saying? It was days I didn't go to school, and then my boys would call me and tell me what happened that day. And one of my boys then got their nose broke, you know what I'm saying, by another gang member. So the lifestyle I was living was dangerous. So if anything, people look at me as a role model. Like all my friends, they look at me as a role model, and they really look up to me as a leader to be able to make that decision to give my life to God, you know.
So it's good that most of your friends feel like you just went to the good side, right?
Yes.
You've been saved.
Yes.
Are some of your friends saved, or?
Yeah, I have some. One thing about all my friends, all of the gang members that I was with, we all grew up in the church. And that's the funny thing about it. Like,
but if you think about it, would you consider the church as a clique? Because I come from the background of church, so I know how the industry is. And we was talking earlier about how we see the industry. Explain to me, in your own opinion, how do you see how the gospel industry is no different from the hip hop or R&B industry?
God.
Like, tell me your opinion on the gospel industry. Like get grimy with it. Keep it clean, though.
Yes, sir. Oh yeah.
Like,
and that's a perfect question. The gospel industry is no different. I done ran into some cutthroat cats.
Like who? No, I can't do that.
I've been some names. No, I'm joking.
But you don't want no gang. No,
yeah, but you know, some of them probably listening right now. Some of the cats I'm talking about. You know, I done ran into some artists that's singing gospel music, but you would think that, you know what I'm saying, we secular artists, how we beef. You know what I'm saying? I done had a beef with a particular artist. I'm not gonna mention his name, but I've had beef with an artist. You know what I'm saying? And we all supposed to be singing God's music, but
so do you feel like it's cutthroat? Do you feel like, or they putting a portrayal?
It's everything. It's a front. You know, a lot of these cats are doing it for the fame and fortune.
What are you doing it for?
I'm doing it for the love. You know, my relationship with God. I love God, and I can't sing about nothing else. You know, I've tried to sing R&B. I've tried to write a song talking about a woman, and I just couldn't do it because this is what I live.